Fuck you with its dirty spirit of justice. The first thing I want to broach real quick. So, I'm very sorry about the last episode turned out like the first few did, where it was all buggy and I had to get replacement footage because the actual capture I had just froze on the first frame. That was a bug I was having. I can't make this up. I give it some thought, and I realized that the only times that it happened was when I started recording when the game was already open. So my recording software referred to it as Apollo Justice Trilogy rather than just desktop out. And for some reason, whatever the way this game handles full screen, it didn't like that, so it just would crash, basically. So I figured, I was like, aha! Because this is what I usually do anyway. I should just hit record before the game's open, and in between every episode, I just close it down, and then start recording on the desktop, and then open the game back up. Should eliminate the problem. But all of a sudden, today, it's refused to record it in full screen at all. The second it goes full screen, it just straight up kills the recording, and I got some footage of it up from my phone here, so check this out. Look at this nonsense. So I go record. Oh, don't ignore how messy my screen is. I hit record. Recording has started, good. And then it's in windowed mode. And the second I turn it to borderless and I go, okay, it's like, you know what? No, recording's been saved. No more recording for you. Wasn't that fun? So now, it was like the second I was like, aha, I know what I'm doing wrong. A completely new problem arose, and I didn't change anything. So I'm starting to think this game is just one of those that's just like playing me for a fool. Computers are wild, man. Anyway, it's actually hilarious because the previous video that just went up on the channel, I think, was Hitman 2 Silent Assassin Part 1, which we had some similar issues with up front. So my apologies. I think I'll just be playing it in windowed for now. As you can see, I've got the, you can see the top bar here. I'll probably crop that out in the final thing just so it's not as distracting, but you can see the bottom gets kind of cut off a little early here. It's not ideal. It beats re-recording everything because, or you know, apparently it beats not having any video at all. Because that's the alternative, it would seem. But this just arose like 5 seconds ago. This is the first time it ever happened. So I'm like, well, but I have to record. I'm here. We are entering case 5. Surely 5. I'll be your guide. Case with Bonnie in it. Sad case about the acolytes. Noodles case. Right, yeah. This is case 5. And just one little note I want to ask, sort of query, randomly comment about before we carry on with case 5, is what the hell was the whole thing with Bucky? I don't know. The timeline of that kind of confused me. It probably makes sense if you look at it, but like, they were like, he showed up at 2 p.m., to deliver the udon making tools, even though the soba making tools, even though Taifu was making udon. So he brought him the wrong tools just because he's an asshole, I guess. Which point, he only went there twice, right? At which point, when he brought him the tools, Taifu said, and by the way, can I get some more uncooked soba because I'm running out? And then Bucky says, sure thing, goes back to his place, and then 2 hours later at 4 p.m., or whatever it was, shows up again, and at this point, Taifu is dead. Which is why Bucky's all, he didn't say anything to me. He just kept mumbling his stupid... Except how would he know that if the TV was obviously right in front of the door? And he says he went into the entryway. And so what, he just turned around and left with I don't understand the timeline of events there. Did he go there 3 times? And why did he deliver him soba making tools if he was making udon? It's just that, that entire, like, chain of events of Bucky going there or not going there was really confusing to me, as was much of that case, but that's fine. I'd like to say that this time we're going to do so much better and we're going to seize back the absolute travesty that was the other 3, the previous ones, but that's unlikely. So I'll just say, instead, let's all be very patient with one another's understanding of things as we go into this case, okay? Okay. I've heard this case is off the walls bananas, though, which I'm happy for. The first case didn't go that poorly, but cases 2, 3, and 4 were all horrible. I was horrible. May 16th, 11 a.m., Wright Anything Agency. So we're playing as Apollo, and we've got Athena by our side. I'm not sure. We don't even know who we don't know who the killer is. Yeah, duh. We don't know who the accused is going to be for this one. I'm going to guess that Mr. Wright. I'm going to guess where this is leading up to is someone is not fond of Phoenix snooping around and fixing things over there. And by someone, I mean Inga. And he's gonna have, like, made some murder happen. He sent out Lady Kira to kill someone, and he's framing Phoenix for it, and we're gonna have to defend him. That's where I'm gonna guess this is headed. But I don't know, so let's get into it. And this concludes our report on the recent television hijacking incident in Khura'In. But really, who could have anticipated such a surprising turn of events? Did you hear that, Polly? Someone hijacked the airwaves over there. It's like something out of a movie. Yeah. Apollo? Yeah. Dirk. What are you up to this time? Wait a second. Do you know the TV hijacker or something, Apollo? You could say that, but it was a long time ago. And why do you know someone like that? I mean, They're calling him an insurgent. Yeah, about that. Hey now, is that any way to talk about the man who raised you? Huh? What? He's just... What? What is he doing here?
Hey there, Apollo. Long time no see. How have you been, son?
It's that guy that was on TV!
Guilty as charged. Surprised to see me, Apollo. I just beamed in from Khura'In and boy are my arms tired.
This can't be happening! I must be dreaming. Or hallucinating? Or both? No, you're not, Apollo. It's that TV hijacker / insurgent! In the flesh! What? It's happening! In this case, already! Oh, that was cool. Did he... Is it my imagination or did he just have a bit of Apollo's objection theme in there? Such a heroic theme and everything. It's a sick eye patch, by the way. Me too, Apollo. I'm so confused. This is not what I thought this case would start like. He's also a little more chummy than I was expecting. I'm so confused. Mr. Hijacker? Sir, how did he know to appear at the exact time we were watching his TV broadcast hijacking as well? Mr. Hijacker, sir, I have so many questions, I don't even know where to begin. But let's start with that bit about the man who raised you.
Wait, don't tell me you haven't told anyone about me, son. It's okay to brag about it. Tell everyone your old man's me, the rebel Dirk. I mean, my face is all over TV these days. I'm practically a celebrity.
Trucy, what do you say we close up early today? What? Why?
Oh, come on, son. No need for the cold shoulder.
I know I'm going to regret this, but... What do you want, Dirk? You just show up here without warning after all this time? What gives?
I came all this way to see you, son. Come, rejoice.
Right. Why don't you tell me the real reason you're here?
Well... Okay, so maybe there's a little something I need your help with, too. But the fact is, I came here to see you. That's the honest truth.
Yes, I think we've established that. Figures. I haven't seen him in 10 plus years and he's already asking for a favor. Now this guy bears physical resemblance to Apollo, but I wasn't sure if that was only passing. They said that he was Apollo was the adopted kid, right? Which is weird considering Nayuta looks way different, and Apollo actually kind of looks like him. I certainly wasn't expecting Apollo to have a sort of sour view of this guy. I haven't seen him in 10 plus years and he's already asking for a favor. Really is a rebel in the purest sense. He just does whatever he pleases. Come on, Polly! I need details! Inquiring minds want to know! Okay. Hold your horses. First, I've got a few questions of my own. Anyway, see ya. Did you know I'm an attorney, by the way?
What's that?
It's my attorney's badge.
I can relate. I used to want to show mine off, too. But don't ever show it to anyone in Khura'In. They'll run you right out of town the moment they find out you're a lawyer.
I wonder how it went for Mr. Wright. Knowing him, he probably flashes his left and right. Left and... right? Let's examine. Interesting. No thoughts about Zach Gramarie's photo at the moment. With your other father figure here.
This is one seriously cluttered office. I mean, do you really need a piano here?
Well, it has sentimental value for Daddy, you see? Yeah, but this office could use a little help with its bottom line. What if we sold it? Apollo! You better give me a cut of the proceeds. What do you do?
Money before memories, eh? This office's finances really must be in dire straits, then. What's with this bright red jacket? Who would wear such a garish thing?
Maybe one of our clients forgot it here. Oh, that's sweet of you to cover for him, Trucy.
I'd love to get a look at the man who dare wear something like this. Me too!
I know I don't wear it much, but she has to know it's mine, right? I think she's covering for you.
Why, this is Apollo's journal.
Ah! What's it doing at the office?
It's magic! Let's see what he wrote.
No, don't!
Huh. There's nothing in here.
What?
This calls for a special spell! Presto Diarrheo!
Yeah, you're gonna want to change the name of that spell.
Why, there's writing appearing right before my very eyes!
Like I said, it's magic! Now go ahead, read to your heart's content. Wow! Give me that! Now, you're treading on thin ice here, alright, Dirk? You be very respectful to Mr. Charlie. However you go about it. It's Charlie the houseplant.
You know, my hideout used to have a houseplant too. We called it Apollo.
I bet it was a cactus.
How'd you guess?
Because Polly's hair is just as spiny. Hey, leave my hair out of this. And he has a prickly attitude to boot. I better quit while I'm ahead. Say anything more and it's just gonna be like, and not to mention his stupid face. What does that have to do with the cactus? Shut up!
This is one of those contraptions for cutting people into pieces.
How did you know that, Mr. Dirk?
Well, it just so happens I've been in one of these myself.
Really? You have?
Yes. Once, when I was being held prisoner by Minister Inga's secret police, they tried to torture me into revealing one of my compatriots' hideouts.
That's a torture device. This is a magic prop, Dirk.
Man, I barely escaped that thing alive.
Well, you have my respect as a magician for your death-defying spirit. I'm not sure we're striking the right tone in this conversation.
More magic props. Oh, I've seen a ring like this before. I used to be quite good with these.
Really? Why don't you show us?
Well, if you insist, I'll show you the act of daring do I used to perform to supplement my income.
What? You were also a magician, or what?
First, I have to light the ring on fire, then I'll jump through it.
That's a fire hoop. This is a kid's toy, Dirk. Alright, fine. The gift of gab, what have you got for us?
Pleased to meet you, little lady. My name is Dirk Sadmari. I'm a rebel by trade.
A rebel? But on TV they were calling you an insurgent. So which is it? Personally, I vote for a rebel with a cause. A real headache for anyone in your way. Trucy!
You got me there. I'm the head of a resistance group. The Defiant Dragons. We're like the good, the bad, and the ugly, but without the good part. In Khura'In, I'm like the boogeyman. A tall tale parents used to spook their kids straight.
That's too bad. You seem like you'd be a fun, cool guy to hang out with.
This little lady's a real catch, son. I'm talking bride material if you get my drift.
Wait, what? Oh, stop it! You're embarrassing me!
Dad. She's a plucky one, all right.
Someone pluck me out of my misery. Now, about that man who raised you business. Trucy and Dirk are gonna do me and Apollo some serious brain damage. So hang on a minute. What is it he wants us here for? We're defense attorneys, but to defend whom? Is he gonna ask us to defend Nick?
What did Mr. Dirk mean when he said that he's the man who raised you, Apollo?
The truth is, I grew up in the kingdom of Khura'In. Did I, ever mention that?
Oh, so you grew up in Khura'In? Wait, are you saying you're not from around here, Polly?
No, it's just, I was raised in Khura'In when I was really little.
Still, that's a shocker. It's like I hardly know anything about you. How come you never told me? Apollo, you really haven't said a word about your past, have you?
What, that I was raised by a wanted criminal? It's like a bad joke.
It does sound rather melodramatic. I doubt anyone would even believe you. So, you two haven't seen each other in a while, huh?
You could say that. I'd wager it's been at least 10 years.
Wow. That's a really long time.
Yeah, well, I figured he'd forgotten about me.
Not a chance. That's just, starting a revolution takes time, and keeping it going even more so. And being a wanted man, I couldn't just hop on a plane and come say hello.
I get it. It's fine. Though, truth be told, it's weird having Dirk suddenly show up acting all paternal.
No kidding!
I'd even almost forgotten about Khura'In. No, that's not true. I probably tried to forget about it on purpose.
Now then, Mr. Dirk, what is it we can help you with?
Oh, I can't wait for this.
I need to get my hands on the Founder's Orb, the most sacred treasure of Khura'In.
Oh, you made it the huge, TV broadcast interruption claiming you already had it. Oh, hang on a minute. But you wouldn't do that if it was actually in their possession. Oh, you might do, because they're not allowed to look at it. But I assume this means you reckon someone else has stolen it? I guess it was stolen. That was found to be a thing, right? Did they... I actually can't remember how the first one case ended up. Did they... Was it that Peace, Love, Banana Stand-In stole it, tried to steal it, but they caught him in the act and they got it back? Or did they never actually retrieve it? I'm sort of blanking.
That's where you come in.
The Founder's Orb? Oh, wait, but didn't you say you already have it in that broadcast of yours?
Don't go believing everything you see on TV, little lady. No one's seen hide or tear of the Founder's Orb for some time.
No way! Well, yeah, you're not allowed to look at it. So that was just a bluff? What are you gonna do if you don't find it?
I don't know. Guess that just means we have to find it, son. Because I can't really back down now, can I?
Different year, same old Dirk. It's all coming back to me now. Hold on. I think I read something about this in the newspaper a while back. Something about you guys stealing a sacred treasure from a temple's treasure room?
That's a load of crock. We didn't lay a finger on the orb.
Really?
No, we stole all the silverware. Yes, baseless allegations, all of it. Our enemy has really found a way to keep us on our toes.
You basically are like the national scapegoat for anything that goes wrong.
Ooh, so it's like a setup! Well, that's the long and short of it. However, my compatriot has been hot on the orb's trail. And just the other day, his hard work finally paid off. We now know the founder orb's in Khura'In village.
Oh. Huh. Two things. Number one, that's surprising. And number two, I just realized I've never said the name of the village out loud. I guess it's probably pronounced similarly. I say the country more like Khura'In, and then this one just more like Khura'In. There's more of a pause in the country, I guess, is how I would say this. It's how it's been said in my head, I suppose, thinking back on it.
We now know the founder's orb is in Khura'In village.
Khura'In village?
Yes. I hear there are spirit mediums there. They even have direct relations with Khura'In.
So we're going to be here in America for this case, then. I sort of assumed, with the rebel intro and everything, that Apollo and Athena would be flying over to Khura'In, but I assume that has to happen at some point. Probably it's later on.
Yes, I hear there are spirit mediums there. They even have direct relations with Khura'In.
Spirit mediums. Right.
Some doctor of archaeology there supposedly has the orb. His name is Archie Buff?
Archaeology buff. Looks like a friendly chap. I dig his salt and pepper hair. It's a cool hairstyle. Reminds me of something, but I can't place what.
His name is Archie Buff. My defiant dragon compatriot has already made contact with him. Apparently someone asked the doctor to study the orb.
So whoever asked him to do that is the real thief?
Most likely.
And do you think this guy will just hand the orb over to you?
My compatriot Dat says Dr. Buff has already promised to do so.
Hang on a minute. It only just occurred to me. How did you get here, if you're a wanted criminal and can't fly? When he said he was beaming here, is that a word I don't know that means, like, to row a boat? Because he said his arms were tired. As in, he, like, used a dinghy to get all the way across. I guess that might be a little less traceable. So it's just you and Dats on a little dinghy for, like, a week? Or however long it takes to row from Khura'In to America?
My compatriot Dat says Dr. Buff has already promised to do so. It seems he knew it had been stolen and wanted to do the right thing.
Dats. I remember running around with him when I was a kid. So he's here too, huh?
Apollo, I want you to be present as my lawyer when I take possession of the orb.
I actually have no idea how that would work. If you're a criminal in one country, can you just up and go to another country and, like, be taking on legal cases there with no repercussions? Probably depends on the country and the nature of the sentence. So what you're saying is there hasn't been a murder yet. Interesting. Sorry, I only take on murders.
Apollo, I want you to be present as my lawyer when I take possession of the orb. Would you do that for me?
Fine. It's the only way the case is gonna happen, I guess. Fine, but I'll charge my standard fee. Now tell me about the Founder's Orb. That wasn't actually a big story choice, was it? Imagine if it's this, like, massive branching narrative. Nowhere. Probably not. He probably just says, please, if you say no. If I remember correctly, the Founder is always depicted as a faceless spirit medium.
What do you mean, faceless? Images of the founder of the Holy Mother of Khura'In never show her face. To depict it is to commit the greatest taboo in Khura'inism.
The greatest taboo, huh? I wonder why. I mean, what could she have looked like to make them hide her face like that? I assume it's more so that you can't channel her, because that would be disgraceful or whatever.
As for the Founder's Orb, it was discovered during an excavation 8 years ago, and has an interesting legend that goes along with it. It's said that there's a riddle to the orb, and if there's any who can solve it, will receive immense spiritual power from the Founder herself.
Sounds like one big fairy tale to me.
In any case, it's just what us defiant dragons need to get our revolution started. With it, we can gain the spiritual power and thus legal authority to rule Khura'In.
Wait, suppose I believe this legend, then anyone could become king or queen? And that's why you think it'll help you overthrow the Garan regime? They said Garan before, didn't they?
Only the rulers of Khura'In have ever laid eyes on the orb, Apollo. A legendary treasure that bestows immense spiritual power. Doesn't that sound like something you'd want to see with your own eyes?
That does sound just a tiny bit intriguing. I don't think I'd want to see it, actually. It sounds like a lot of pressure. But alright, we got it added to the court record. None but the royal family have laid eyes on it. That's definitely going to be important.
That should just about cover everything. Any other questions?
Wait, what am I helping? I'm taking on the case of stealing it back? You just want me to be present when you go there and Dr. Buff gives it to you, which is definitely going to go off without a hitch. Why the hell did I agree to this?
That should just about cover everything. Any other questions?
Not right now.
No, I almost forgot. I brought you a present. Eat up, son.
How long did you have this on a boat? I mean, it looks delicious, but... Sushi?
I figured you probably couldn't afford 3 square meals a day, so...
Yay! I was just thinking it was time for lunch. Don't eat that! You don't know where he got that from?
You dig in too, little lady. After all, we're practically family, right?
Thanks, Dad. Ooh, that tuna looks good.
This salmon sushi's got my name on it.
Oh, he's eating some too. Okay, it's probably not poison then.
Aren't you hungry, son? This is some of the best sushi you'll ever have.
I'm good.
Oh, well. Okay, then. Actually, I have one more... Okay, I thought it was something sketchy about it, but he backed off on that pretty quick, so it's probably fine. Actually, I have one more present for you. Here.
What's this?
A picture of your father. It's been 23 years since he passed away.
His actual Khura'Inese father, I guess? So Zach was also an adoptive father. 23. And Apollo's like 25, so he was real little. No. Apollo was 22 in Spirit of Justice. Apollo Justice. So he's 24 in this one-ish. Maybe 20? I can't remember.
A picture of your father. It's been 23 years since he passed away.
Huh? This is my father?
His name was Jove Justice.
Jove? Hove? Jove. Just because it looks close-ish to love, I guess? Jove.
I haven't talked to you about your real father in some time, but as you know, he was a musician, a wandering minstrel, if you will, and a talented one at that.
Why are you giving this to me now?
I thought it was sad you didn't know what your old man looked like. I searched high and low to find that one picture.
What's wrong, Apollo? Don't you want it? I don't know. I mean, it's not like I ever met the guy.
Well, I went through all the trouble of finding it, so go on, take it. Oh, and don't ever let it go, you hear?
Okie doke. Picture of my biological father, Jove Justice, who died in Khura'In. Well, funny detail to bring up, but alright.
Well, now that our bellies are full, what do you say we hit the road?
Sure. Just give me a second to look at it and see if there's anything interesting about it. Fingerless gloves. Any notable scars or anything? A funny hat. The most unusual thing in this seems to be the guitar strap is a bit funky looking. The rest of it doesn't look especially weird. 6 strings. Interesting that you would foster such an intimate relationship with a guitarist when apparently your father was one. And I don't see many other details of import here, unless this character's face is going to be important later. You can't see much of this person, but it almost looks like Trust in Me. Nothing about those paintings stands out to me. Huh. Oh, that red jacket. Is that this one? Which case, why were you sassing it before? 1 second. Hey, Trucy, any idea where Athena is?
No, she left early this morning to pick up Daddy from the airport.
Oh, he's coming back? Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Wright is coming back today.
Yeah, but I wonder why he cut his trip short like that. Anyway, shouldn't they have been back by now?
Knowing Athena, she probably got lost. Well, there's no point in sitting around here waiting. Let's get going. Interesting, so she won't be hanging around for this case.
I can't wait to see that super mysterious treasure.
But why did Phoenix suddenly decide to come back? Oh, there's so much weird and sketchy about this. I wasn't expecting Dirk to just show up and act all chummy to Apollo. It's weird that Phoenix is just suddenly coming back. Weird that Athena is the one going to get him. Well, Phoenix can't drive, so I guess maybe she's driving.
To Khura'In Village, then. The Founder's Orb awaits.
Okie doke. Let's just ask about these other 2 things before we do go on there.
The Founder's Orb. They say the Holy Mother will return when the riddle of the orb is solved, and she will bestow great spiritual power upon whoever accomplishes this feat.
I wonder if I could channel spirits if I had such power. It's true, they did say it was the presence of the channeling is stronger in the Fae women, but it's not. I don't think it's only women who can do it. It's just dramatically more likely.
Brings back memories. He was a fine young man, so cheerful and fun to be around. His big booming singing voice would captivate everyone in the tavern. But looks-wise, he was like a grown-up version of you.
That still doesn't give me a sense of what my real father was like. I don't know, fun to be around, that's a bit. Khura'In Village, been some games since we were here. 3, I think, right? No, were we ever here in Trials and Tribulations? Maybe. No, we were at, like, the training facility up in the mountains. I don't think we ever went here, did we? Because we didn't want Pearl anywhere near this place after the second game. May 16th, Khura'In Village. So this is Khura'In, the mystical village of the spirit channeling, and where ancient traditions come alive. Looks like a really peaceful place.
I love the air here. Nothing beats the mountains, huh, Apollo?
Come to think of it. We used to live way up in the mountains too, just like this.
Sure brings back memories. Those were the days. The three of us living happily in peace.
I still can't wrap my mind around it all, you know. That Mr. Dirk is not only Polly's daddy, but Prosecutor Sodmarty's as well. Yeah, dude! I'm like 5 miles behind you. There's an amazing Ninetales poster there. Oh, and it just occurred to me that this is, I guess, a remix of the Khura'In village theme that we've not heard once again since for some time. And the way you two talked about it, like it was nothing the whole bus ride here. I guess it is a lot to take in. Also, tell me, Mr. Dirk, what was Apollo like as a kid? I'm not gonna like this, am I?
Oh, he was full of piss and vinegar, he was. A real rascal. He and I used to run around in the open fields, naked as jaybirds. I've even got pictures of him posing in his birthday suit.
Whoa, Dirk!
No way! Prosecutor somebody used to be like that too? The two of them would end up with leeches on their butts and cry like babies.
Dirk! Don't you think you said enough?
Oh, you're no fun.
Yeah, I wanted to hear more about the misadventures of Polly. Hey, what are you people doing here? Emma? Oh, but where Emma is, Sodmarty's sure to be as well, right?
You know this lady, son?
Yeah, this is Emma Skye. She's a detective. Technically speaking, I'm a forensics expert, but I'll let it slide. I mean, you're also a detective, right? Anyway, I can't say I'm surprised to see you here. You always seem to pop up whenever there's trouble afoot. Still, what are the odds of running into you here in the boonies? By trouble, you mean you're investigating a case? Does it look like I'm here to sightsee? Wait, don't tell me. You're not here to see Dr. Buff, are you? Huh? How'd you know that?
Oh, he's dead, is he?
We're actually on our way to meet with him right now. Figures. Well, follow me. I'll show you the way.
Oh, never mind. She's pretty smiley for someone who just died, so probably not.
Really?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, son. Just follow the nice lady.
Alright, sure, after you. But hang on, I want to examine first. Emma, give me 2 seconds. Look at this rock! There's a big boulder towering into the sky over there. According to the sign, it's called the Khura'In boulder. It also says that a spirit dwells within it. A rock with a spirit in it?
It's called animism, the belief that spirits dwell within inanimate objects. They probably enshrine this boulder as a sacred object. Their tradition of worshipping such objects is similar to our tradition in Khura'In.
Interesting. Dirk could make sense every once in a while. News to me. I mean, all I've known him for so far is TV hijackings. A phone booth and a bus stop made of wood. They both look really old. You hardly ever see phone booths in the city anymore.
Apollo, what's this glass box for?
I guess you hardly see them in Khura'In, too. I'm not gonna answer that, actually. You'll figure it out, punk.
Seeing those mountains really takes me back. I remember when we used to live high in the mountains to escape from the government.
So you don't live there anymore?
Nope. I needed a more convenient place to lead the revolution from. But that old mountain hut is still there.
Man, I miss that hut.
What, are you getting homesick, Apollo? You can come on back to Khura'In any time, you know?
No, I'm fine. Besides, I've got a lot on my plate here, and I fear you're about to have a whole lot more. Don't remember those sparrows being there before. A thatched roof. First time I've ever seen one in real life.
It looks just like the traditional thatched roofs they used in Japan. All we need now are some samurai with top knots, a few ninjas, and a cuddly mascot.
When was the last time you were in Japan? I don't know, cuddly mascots are still pretty big there, I think. And here, to be fair. Off we go to the doctor's study. I thought that was a chalk of a dead person, but it's a big bird. May 16th, Khura'In village, doctor's study. Don't need to do the voice there. So this is Dr. Buff's study. Oh, there is a chalk outline there. Never mind.
Wow, look at all those books.
Yeah, I pity the person who has to go get that one. Is that a robot? Trucy's had a bad experience with robots in the past year. Can we maybe keep it away from her?
The shelves go from floor to ceiling. It's like a library in here. Yes, and lots of artifacts, too. A true archaeologist's paradise. Look, son, there are so many relics they're spilling onto the floor. What a delightfully amusing room.
It makes me upset that he keeps calling him son. All I see is a mess. And what's with that white outline? Emma, where's the doctor? Well, the thing is, he died last night. And you were still leading us here, like, smiley, like, I'll show you the way. What the hell's up with that? You're really desensitized to all this, aren't you? Wait, what? It seems an avalanche of books knocked him off his bookshelf ladder. We're labeling it an accidental death. What? Please tell me you're joking! As if I'd come all the way out here for a few laughs, Apollo. Yeah, I guess not.
A scholar killed by his own books?
Oh man, what do we do now? I mean, how can he transfer ownership of the orb to you if he's dead?
Yes, that is a problem.
Emma, can you please tell us exactly what happened? Oh, I guess he had no next of kin either. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Anyway, bye. Oh, hey, I'm still a lawyer. Your attorney's badge. Huh. What? That normally gets a better reaction from you. I'm tired of collecting your fingerprints. It's kind of lost its luster. Yeah, but who knows? There could be other people's prints on it. Ooh, that's true. Hand it over, buddy. The only prints I found were yours. It's all dusty now. Scientifically speaking, ancient relics are highly fascinating. Why's that? Because of all the tests I can run. CT scans, electron microscopy, chemical analysis. You know, the kinds I can't say. The list goes on and on. If you ever do find one, you better bring it to me straight away. Straight away? Straight away. Can I count on getting it back intact? We'll see. Scientific advances don't come without sacrifices, you know? I know someone who won't be seeing the orb anytime soon. What do you think of this picture of my father? You sure like to shove things in people's faces, don't you? What about you? You're always dusting around for prints. That's my job. Well, it's not like I'm presenting evidence for the fun of it either. Really? Because it sure seems like you enjoy it, Apollo. Right back at you, Emma. I wouldn't mind examining a little myself. What do you think you're doing? You can't just poke around without my permission. I guess I should ask her what's going on first. That tracks. Hasn't stopped us before, but that tracks. So the doctor died in an accident. I received a call this morning saying Dr. Buff had been found dead under a pile of books. World history and Mexican history? Is that what that says? All I can really read is CAN. Doesn't look like there's enough room for Mexican. It looks like this is either an H or an N, and then an E, and then an ampersand, and then CAN. We've got Mesopotamia here. Egypt. Egypt? Is maybe what that is. Civilization. Huh. I received a call this morning saying Dr. Buff had been found dead under a pile of books. This morning? Talk about bad timing. You mentioned that he had fallen off a ladder. Right. Was it a step ladder? We believe he fell from the top of that big ladder there. Wasn't a step ladder. Apparently, he triggered an avalanche of books while fumbling to reach one, and that sent him headlong on a fatal fall onto the hard floor. Oh, sad. Killed by his own books. Yeah, I'm starting to see the flaw with this arrangement. But at least he was doing something he loved. I guess.
For a scholar, I suppose it's kind of like a soldier being killed in the line of duty.
Except way more rare.
You could say he died an honorable death.
I don't think I would, though. Emma, who was the first one to discover the body? About that. Whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. What? It happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police. Is that allowed? I know. Alright, so you can't ask how I know, but there's a dead guy in this building over here.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, being a wanted man and all. What now, Dirk? A dead man can't exactly hand over the orb.
We'll just have to find it. Must be around here somewhere.
You want us to steal it now? Just to fill you in, Emma, we're actually here to get something. Pop's here had an agreement with the doctor. The doctor was supposed to hand over a sacred relic known as the Founder's Orb.
Pops?
Oh, I see. That could be a problem, considering he's dead. God love you, Emma. Do you have a plan B? I love this game. Do you have a plan B?
I have an agreement in writing. My compatriot Dad should have it.
Well, there shouldn't be any problems then. So, who is this gentleman you're escorting? You know how that guy wanted to remain anonymous who found the body? I think Dirk is kind of the same situation. Oh, right, I haven't introduced you yet. This is Dirk. He's from the kingdom of Khura'In. All the way from Khura'In, huh? So, what do you do there?
I used to practice law, but I'm taking a break from all that. I'm focused now on making Khura'In a better place through, volunteer work.
Volunteer work, huh? How interesting. Well, it's not technically a lie. So how do you two know each other? Oh, he's sort of my foster father. Come again?
Yeah, and he's Prosecutor Salmati's real father, too.
What? You mean you and Prosecutor Salmati? I'm so sorry. It seems you've had quite a life. I guess she's put a few things together. Actually, Dirk, you look kind of familiar. Have we met before?
Not that I recall.
Great. She must have seen that news report on TV. It'll really complicate things if she figures out he's a wanted man. Yeah, I just realized you're talking to a member of the police with a wanted man right beside you. Oh my god. Or, you know, she's working with the police if nothing else. There are lots of guys who look like him. So sure you're not mistaking him for someone else? Are there really? I mean, a middle-aged man with long hair and an eye patch. You don't see that every day. Well, I'm sure you're just imagining things. So what does that sacred relic you're searching for look like? I mean, there's lots of stuff in here that's old and relic-y.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I've no idea what it actually looks like.
So then how are we supposed to find it?
That I do not know either. We'll just have to go through each candidate one by one.
Great plan of attack there, Dirk. Well, Emma, do you mind if we give this room a once-over? I guess not. But in exchange, you're going to help me with my investigation. Sure, it can't hurt.
I can't wait to get started. It'll be like hunting for buried treasure.
Really, though? There's a man has died.
Time to examine!
Let's do this. All right, so, Founder's Orb. Oh, huh. The Amy jar over here. I don't know why it's all covered in pink paint. Did that happen? I didn't think that was a thing that we saw. I guess these are jars of coffee. It's a bit weird that there's like a gap here. Damn, all kinds of interesting stuff around this place. The fact that this robot's gears look like sort of more like these other things are like sort of, they're not exactly sprites, but they're like painted. Maybe they're sprites. They look like sort of painted and like they're not designed to animate, whereas these gears look like their textures don't look very high quality and they look like they could start turning. So I feel like that has to move, that those have to turn at some point. Question is just what to look at first. I mean, that could be an orb, the thing in the middle of this gyro whatever. A bunch of shoes. Well, only place to start's to start. The doctor fell from the top of that ladder.
From that height, to fall into a hard surface would probably kill anyone.
It's kind of hard to get a sense of how tall it is. Certainly if you hit your head. If you landed in your back, you could do some serious spine damage. If you landed in your front, you'd probably just like break an arm. I don't know why anyone would want to climb that high in the first place.
Guess you could say he climbed it all the way to heaven.
You shouldn't, though. I'm surprised we didn't look any further up there to see what was up there that made him fall. We're only assuming he caused an avalanche of books. What the hell does that mean? How do you pull that many books out of a shelf at once? It's a two-tone raincoat.
It's still a bit damp. I think someone might have worn it recently.
Shoes? There are a few pairs of shoes here. I guess there must be an entrance on this floor, too. Yeah, there's a back door over that way, but it's usually locked from what I can tell. The visitor's entrance is up that spiral staircase. That's the way we came in. Glasses on some little pyramid thing here, looking pretty important. There's a pair of glasses on this little pyramid here. They belong to the doctor. Scientifically speaking, they appear to be your ordinary run-of-the-mill glasses.
No, I guess they don't pique her interest, scientifically speaking.
Oh, we're just gonna start turning on his computer and messing with stuff. Neat. Password. This PC is password protected. Is it super access restricted password protected? Whatever it is. Trucy, do you think your magic can do something about this?
I don't think I could override a password. Now, a locked desk, that I could get into. Like yours back at the office, Polly.
Yikes. Watch what I put in there.
What? Do you put weird stuff in your desk? Stuff you don't want anyone to see?
Jeez, are you a mind reader too?
No, but unlocking your thoughts is a cinch. Wait, what's in there?
Just leave it there, I want to know, god damn it. This is a very, very scary mobile thing. Is this a bird?
It looks like an airplane to me.
No, there couldn't have been any planes back when this was made.
Yes, but it has wings and both horizontal and vertical stabilizers. That makes it an airplane.
No, it's definitely a bird.
Open your eyes, son. As a lawyer, your job is to see the true nature of things.
I still say it's a bird. Robot I gotta hear about.
Some sort of machinery inside this clay figure.
Whoa, it's moving! Exterminate, destroy all targets, Do I even want to know what that thing is for? Exterminating all targets. What about this big shell here? Oh, never mind. What's it counting as part of? The robot, huh? Weird. These drawings on the floor or something else as well. Part of what weirds me out here is that a lot of this looks like it was like just smashed recently, but if he only fell over here, then what the hell could have broken all this? And like thrown all this stuff on the ground and everything. Look, it's one of the doctor's notebooks. Research notes 21.
Maybe there's something about the orb in here.
If it was the most recent one. Oh yeah, indeed there is. Meet a motif from the Khura'In founding period. Curious. Maybe my solve about the boxes with the different panels is going to finally come into play here. It's been so long since episode 1 that I kind of totally forget all what was wrong with it, but did I write it down? I did not. Or if I did, I didn't write it down well.
It's a photo of the treasure box. The one from the temple's treasure room.
Interesting, and we've got when the dragon and tiger battle, the founding of blah, 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 blah. But these 2 other verses we didn't have, right? Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return. Descending upon us in all her glory, the founder bestows the greatest power known. It's a weird spacing there. Has this been whited out or something?
These must be research notes on the founder's orb.
What's that on the right page? Looks like a poem or something.
Let's see. Oh, it's the song that's performed during the Dance of Devotion. It's been sung during Khura'In's rites of offering since ancient times.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. I only just noticed there's a big stain on the scroll over here.
There's also a legend associated with the song. Some say the solution to the orb's riddle is contained therein.
It's in a song everyone in Khura'In knows? Not much of a way to keep it secret.
It's called hiding secrets in plain sight, Polly. Us magicians know all about that. That's strange.
What is?
Dr. Buff's notes contain the second half of the song. Only the first half is sung during the Dance of Devotion. Most people haven't even heard the second half.
The second half? Isn't the part that begins, offer thy prayers?
I'm impressed. That's some thorough research he was conducting.
Research notes added to as a cult or a cald. Neat. What about all these drawings, eh? There are animal drawings on the floor. They look like those famous geoglyph things.
They remind me of the chalk outlines detectives draw around bodies.
That's what I thought when I first came in here. I was like, a stork died in here?
And the doctors has just joined them. Well, that's what I call dedication to one's field.
I don't think it was on purpose. We got Godzilla over here, a coffee maker, and a bunch of coffee cups. He must have taken his coffee breaks here. Oh, there's a filter with old coffee grounds in here. Guess I better clean this up. No! Evidence! Don't tamper with the crime scene! Oh, I can't believe it took me this long to notice the statue with the sword from the third game. I noticed the Amy jar. Urn.
What are you doing there, son?
Ah! What am I doing cleaning this office?
Don't tell me they have you on coffee duty back at your office.
No, it's just, if I don't keep the place clean, no one will. I'm surprised Emma didn't have anything to say about you just messing with a crime scene like that. There's a brown stain on this scroll. Why does it smell like gravy? Wait, was that in the third game also? It's been a while.
Why would there be a gravy stain on it?
Who knows? It looks like it's meant to be there. Didn't Pearl spill gravy on something? This is ringing distant bells.
Maybe the artist was trying to inspire a gravy new trend, food splatter art.
That pun wounded me gravely, Dirk. Not gravely enough for you to not follow up, though. Was he headed somewhere? It's one big suitcase.
It's locked. Is it the doctor's?
No, someone left it here last night. The person who found the body? Or... So the doctor might have had a visitor, but how can you tell? Fingerprints, I guess. That sticker there. You only see those on airport luggage, which means its owner is likely from overseas.
Is there any way to figure out who it belongs to?
Unless we can open it to see what's inside. Trucy, ear up!
Guess not.
Oh, that was Emma. I thought it was going to be Trucy. That's because you're not me, Emma Skye, forensics expert extraordinaire. Try as you might, you won't find the word impossible in my forensics handbook.
Is she okay, son? It's like she became an entirely different person.
No, that's just what happens when her forensic switch gets flipped. She's like Rain Sage. She's entering ruin mode! Da, 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 da. With this, identifying the suitcase's owner will be as easy as pie. Is that fingerprint powder? That's right. And there's no better time than the present to use it. Here we go! Next time on Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Well, we've begun an investigation here. Very interesting. Still much to see in this place. Sorry, this is a bit of a slow episode. I've been just slow going these past few days. I haven't recorded anything in like a week, because I've been working on other videos and stuff. That Pet Peeves video that it came out a few days before this one, it was only 16 minutes long, but I had to record like 12 hours of footage for it, so it took forever. Because a lot of the things I wanted to show were like at the halfway point in a game, so there were a bunch of games where I had to like play through the first 5 hours. So for like the past week, all I've been doing is recording footage for that. So I'm all off my recording game. Which is my excuse for why the last Hitman 2 episode, I suck so bad in. But on that note, hey, guess what's going up next on the channel? It's gonna be some more Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, where I'm gonna try and take a slightly more stealthy approach. Hopefully we don't get the mass murderer rank again. That didn't make me feel very good. Next time here, we're gonna be involved in what is promising to be a very, very bananas case. I totally thought it was like something was going to happen to Phoenix, and Apollo and Athena were going to fly on over there to help him out, and that's where this case was headed. So I was prepared for like a big dramatic, like, all right, time to sink into some story stuff, and then they were just like, Dirk's here, and he's going to make jokes about Apollo's hair, and it's time to go find an orb in a dead archaeologist's lab, whatever. This case took a sharp bank into what the hell territory. Dude, it was 64. It looks pretty damn good for 64. Dirk is 45. Curious who was like only 23 or so when he took charge of Apollo, I guess. Well, no, he said 20. No, yeah, well, 23 years ago, so he's 22 when Apollo's father died. Pretty damn young. Look for the Founders Orb. Imagine if we actually just find it somewhere. But a very interesting case this is shaping up to be. So, thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! Me neither, man. I don't have any idea what's going on. Oh, hey, sorry, excuse me. I'm not doing anything. Oh, A-Post hit me too, man. Look, it's fine. We're all friends here. Okay, good. Goodbye. I totally thought I was screwed there, so I just like